welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time, probably 3 months around. Griffin, who you guys know him, he's the other guy in this channel. He's been at basic training for the military and he's back for a little bit, so we decided we should record another video. But the bad news is he leaves in a couple days for 4 months, but I'm gonna try doing some more recording. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Prep work for paint, body work. I'm gonna finish doing some frame repair on the front tub, and then I'm gonna try dialing in this interior. You guys know that the frame, like the floorboard, was rotted out. That was just rust. So in this video, we got a surprise for you guys. We are going to weld up a floorboard and get that prepped for undercoating, sound deadening, and carpet. And then we're also going to be welding in a battery box because that was all rusty. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. So guys, as you guys seen, we just finished welding up the floorboard, and we just finished undercoating. I think it looks pretty good in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Long story, so we were welding this floorboard. We were just wondering why it was welding like crap. And then I ran out of wire in my welder. It's just a little multi-process welder. And then we look at the spool on it, and it was MIG wire. But anyways, I am not welding with gas right now, so it would just be flux core. So I was using MIG wire on a flux core welder. So I was welding that crap, and then I switched to a flux core wire once I realized that it was MIG wire. And I think it looked a lot better after I switched it.
This is MIG wire with a flux core welder.
Alright, like it looks pretty bad, but it holds. Good news for you guys. I decided what motor I'm putting in this pig. It's going to be a LS3 out of an old Corvette. I got to decide how much horsepower I want to push on it. I'm not buying a reman motor. I'm going to buy one brand new. and hopefully it works. But anyways, we're gonna keep chipping away at this interior and the battery tray just to start knocking it out, getting a lot of this fab work done. Then I can start putting her back together. We're just chipping away at cleaning up this engine bay, prepping it for paint. I got it down to bare metal, but I'm gonna hit it with this Permatex rust treatment. No, I'm not sponsored by Permatex. They just have a really good product, really good products. The undercoating for my floorboard, Permatex. It's just this heavy duty Permatex rubberized undercoating. And then most of my thread lockers that I use are Permatex. It's probably the better brand for a lot of this prep work. And this stuff, you gotta spray it on, you have to have a very clean surface, which you can't get more clean than that since it's bare metal.
Yeah.
We wiped it down, sprayed some Dawn dish soap on it. Fun fact for you guys, Dawn dish soap has to be the best degreaser I've ever used. For cleaning my subframes, I tried the Gunk engine degreaser, the O'Reilly brand engine degreaser. Nothing worked. Got a little bit of Dawn dish soap in a spray bottle, knocked all the dirt off. And that's like 10 years of grease, dirt.
At least.
At least.
We found out today how long it's been sitting too.
Yeah, we found out that it hasn't really been driven since around 2015. Around them years. So I'm gonna just chip away at this, start spraying down the bare metal just so it doesn't start to rust. This will prevent it, and then it's basically a coating, and then I can prime over it, and then spray in my chassis paint. So the chassis paint that I've been using for the subframes and gonna be the engine tub is VHT roll bar and chassis. I live by this stuff for painting my chassis and all my suspension parts. It's a gloss finish, so it looks pretty good, pretty decent. That's what the VHT. So I really can't complain with that. This stuff's pretty amazing. So with this Permatex rust treatment, what you want to do is allow no more than 2 to 3 minutes between each coat that you spray. And you want to have at least 2 to 3 coats. I'm going to do 3 for this. If you guys see, through every coat it's going to change colors. And it's basically what this Permatex is doing, it's basically neutralizing the rust and basically destroying it on contact. So with the car sitting there waiting for the engine bay to be primed and painted, it's not gonna create any rust, that like surface rust, which would kind of suck. But yeah, no more than 2 to 3 minutes between each coat, otherwise it could mess it up. But it's definitely gonna look pretty good when it dries. You can already tell that it's starting to, it dries purple or blue, whatever you want to see it as. And then the last coat is gonna dry black. But I really can't complain with this stuff. Pretty good product. Definitely can't complain with all my frame rails and all that. I'm gonna spray this on it first just to protect it. And then probably for my frame rails on the bottom, once I repair those, I'm gonna put probably an undercoating on it. Just, I'm not driving in the winter, so I don't gotta really worry about rust at all. But just to be safe, it's good to have a nice protectant on it, like undercoating. Which, again, my go-to for undercoating is Permatex.
And what the worst thing about this car is, it was an all-season car. There's no doubt.
Yeah, this was definitely an all-season car. Most likely, it's a lot of rust and grease buildup. So in that wheel well, I'm gonna have to get my Dawn dish soap spray bottle out and just spray the heck out of it, degrease it, get it prepped for paint. But for my wheel wells and such, front and back, I'm probably gonna undercoat that. It's probably definitely a lot safer to undercoat it rather than just using paint, chassis paint. It'll look a lot better. Plus it's gonna protect it from rock chips, blowing tires, because you never know when that's gonna happen, especially on a drift car. But this car is definitely coming along. As you guys seen, we got the front driver's side door off. I'm just gonna be prepping that for paint, primer and paint, and then body work, just to repair any imperfections in it, and then just throw new speakers in it, because I'm gonna be driving in the summer on nice days. It's gonna be nice to have music playing, as a lot of you guys know. So throughout this whole car, with all the wiring, and if you see that harness over there, a lot of that electrical tape and conduit is wearing out, so I'm gonna have to redo all that, which is gonna look 10 times better when it's new conduit, new electrical tape, rather than 30-year-old electrical tape, which is starting to fall off and not even really protecting anything.
As you can see,
yeah, just from me talking.
It's been a 3-minute video, and yeah.
So now I'm gonna apply probably my last coat. Might do 4 coats just to be safe. So after wire wheeling all this dirt and grease off of the inner fender, I realized that this has definitely been an accident. You can tell because of all these tack welds. But then this tunnel for the strut, they just ran self-tappers into it.
So that's nice.
There's 2 cracks right here that I gotta weld in. I was welding this little wheel well, getting all those frame cracks done. And then a piece of slag came down and burnt half my leg hair off my leg. That was fun. But that's all done. So now we just gotta clean her up. Yep. So we thought we were done welding in the interior, and then we found a nice hole. So I'm gonna have to clean that up and re-weld that. That's gonna be in a different video, but it's definitely something that needs to be done.